It is almost fall. So because I am very much feeling like getting into the fall spirit, I thought it would be fun to go through and reorganize my bookshelves so that when I'm filming, you actually see a completely like fall themed background. So I'm gonna take you through this process with me. I have no idea how this is gonna go, and we're gonna reorganize the bookshelves. Before we get into today's video, I do want to give a special shout out to Litme, who so kindly sent me an awesome desk light that I just had to share with you all. So this desk light is completely customizable. It has a super flexible design where you can rotate it, you can change the angle of the arm, you can change the angle of the light. So you can truly make it spotlight any particular spot in your room, on your desk. And it also has a bunch of different settings where you can, for example, adjust the brightness of the light. It also has the body of the desk light that lights up, and you can change the mode so that it either goes through different color cycles or stays one color. Well, that was like my personal favorite feature of the light. And then of course you can also adjust the light's temperature. So if you wanted a warmer light versus a colder light, it has all of those settings as well. So personally, what my favorite part of the desk light is, beyond just the cool color changing body of it, is the fact that it makes a perfect reading light because of how flexible it is. I can adjust exactly where the spotlight shines so that I'm able to spotlight it right on my book while I'm reading at my desk. I have the coupon code that you can use down below. They so kindly provided me a discount code for you all. And then I also have the link for the purchase below as well if you're interested. So once again, thank you so much to Litme for sending me your awesome desk light. I truly love it, and I'm so excited to be using it as part of my everyday routine. So now let's get into the rest of the video. I'm gonna take you along on the journey with me, and we are going to get in the fall spirit. Yay, I'm so excited. Here are the two color shelves. So I tried to do red to yellow, red to yellow. I tried to do like by size-ish. So it's not perfect, but so far, I think that looks kind of fall-y. We'll keep playing with it. But now I'm gonna try to do some spookier shelves. I'm kind of liking this shelf. It's my red and black shelf. And I'm gonna add a little spooky something to it. I was surprised by how many hardcovers I had that were black with the red writing. It looks really cool. Yay, I'm gonna do another spooky shelf. A quick test to see how things are looking. So far, so good. I've got my two spooky shelves here. I've got my fall shelves here. We got to do something with these. Ooh. I really like the look of the spooky shelves. We might have to do some more of that right here, and then maybe another fall shelf here. Let's see how we can do. Okay, doing one more check-in for today because I am exhausted. And I have to go pick up my daughter soon from school. So I've obviously cleared out that shelf because I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with it yet. Okay, so we've got colored shelves, black shelves. I think I'm gonna keep going with the black shelves because they look pretty cool on the sides. And then I like the color. I can't really see this shelf, but maybe in my videos I can kind of angle it a little differently so that you can see more of the colored shelves as well. But I kind of like the way the black looks on the sides. So I'm gonna keep going with that look. And then it'll be nice and spooky, but also autumnal in the middle. Yay! Okay, I finished the spooky shelves and I had changed my mind a little bit. Instead of doing the spooky shelves all along the sides, it was a little hard to see when I'm filming the colored shelves. So I wanted to make sure to include some of the fall color shelves on the sides as well to add a little more color to the background. So I feel really good about where the spooky shelves are now at. So I am going to take you on a tour of them now. Enjoy! So something else I wanted to do during today's video is go through and find some books to unhaul with you all, because I want to take a look at my local used bookstore and see if there's anything there that maybe I'd like to grab. And that local used bookstore does allow you to turn in books and gives you store credit in return. So we're going to go through my shelves together and take a look and see maybe what some books are that I could unhaul. So let me take you through that process and then we'll go book shopping together. And then we will see if I have a book haul to share with you all at the end of the book shopping. Okay, so I have all the books that I'm planning on unhauling now. So I'm gonna quickly go through those with you all. And we'll start with the ARCs because I can't sell ARCs. So what I'm gonna do instead is bring them to my local Goodwill and donate them so that hopefully someone else can find them and get excited to have an early copy and hopefully really enjoy these. The first being the Judas Blossom, only because I got the broken binding edition of this book, which is gorgeous. I have to show it to you. It is so pretty. It's like one of my favorite editions that they've done. I just think this is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. I don't need the advanced reading copy anymore. I did read this one. I liked it. It wasn't a favorite, but it's something that I'm probably going to continue on in this series with because I think that I was intrigued enough. It was very easy to read. So yes, this is one that I will be donating, as well as the Book of Gothel by Mary McMine. I read this one last year and I thought it was really I thought it was good, but it was really different than what I was expecting. From the cover, you think that this is going to be a Rapunzel retelling, and it's really not. It's more about Mother Gothel, which, of course, like the Book of Gothel, I knew it was going to be about her, but I thought it would kind of surround the events that happen in Rapunzel a little bit more, and instead focused a lot more on her early life and her growing up and kind of leading up to the events of Rapunzel. So Rapunzel really is not in this book at all. So I thought it was pretty good. The ending did something that I don't love in villain origin stories. So it wasn't a favorite for me, and it's something I don't have to hold on to. And I've heard a lot of other people really enjoy this one, so maybe someone will find that one and really, really love it. The last one is Paradise 1 by David Wellington, which I did try to read earlier this year, and unfortunately, this was just not for me. The pacing was so quick, but it was almost to the detriment of the development of the characters and the plot. It just felt like we were going from one like chase scene to the next without any sort of connection to the characters who are going through these events. I really didn't care about the characters at all, and the horror elements in this book weren't my favorite kind of horror elements. It's more of a zombie type horror rather than like a paranormal horror, which is, I was hoping it would lean more paranormal than it did. So it just wasn't my favorite kind of horror, but I think other people could really enjoy this if you like zombie type horror. That's just not my favorite. So those are the arcs that I'm going to pass along, and hopefully people will be excited about finding them. And then the books that I'm going to take in for store credit. Let's start with a couple that I DNF'd. So A History of Wild Places by Shay Earnshaw. This is one that I tried reading a couple months ago, and I really liked the beginning of it, but then it kind of turned into a cult story where we were following multi-perspectives, and one of the perspectives I really liked, and then the focus really shifted to these other perspectives I just didn't care about. So I kind of quickly lost interest at about the halfway point and put this one down, said it wasn't going to be for me, unfortunately. Arm of the Sphinx by Josiah Bancroft. This is one that I was intrigued enough from the first book to continue on with, but the first book wasn't my favorite. I did finish it, and I did overall like some things about it. I really liked Thomas Sunland as a character, but the actual plot of the story, the setting of the story just isn't my favorite. So when I found that there was nothing in the second book that was really gonna wow me and turn me into this huge fan, I was just like, you know, this is not gonna be for me. So I DNF'd the second book. I am gonna keep the first book around because I liked it enough, but that might be in a future unhaul, but for now I kind of want it still. And then a couple others, Violetta by Isabel Allende. I was really surprised by this one because this was a 5-star prediction for me. And the problem with this one was the voice that's telling you the story is from Violetta's perspective, but she is telling other people's stories around her instead of her own, which is my least favorite kind of storytelling. If we're following a character and we're in a character's perspective, I really want to hear about that character's story and not them telling me about everyone else's story around them. So I was just not very invested in what was going on. I didn't care about the characters very much, and I didn't love that type of storytelling that this one utilized. So I didn't get too far in this one. I got about a quarter of the way through and just decided that I really wasn't interested in anything that was happening. So this was a big bummer because I was expecting to love it. It just wasn't the writing style and the storytelling that I personally love. And then the last DNF that I have is Ask Again Yes by Mary Beth Keane. This is another one that I thought I was really going to enjoy because it's a family drama contemporary story, and I usually really love those. The problem was I just really didn't like any of the characters in this one, and the actual plot of the story just was not engaging to me at all. So this is like a rare occurrence where I actually DNF'd a like contemporary family drama, which I never do. But yeah, I really was not invested at all in this one. And I gave it like a good portion of the book. I got probably a third of the way through and was like not feeling it. So this is one that I am not gonna be finishing. And then a couple that I did finish, but I'm going to let go of. The Girl Who Could Move Shit With Her Mind by Jackson Ford. I gave this 2 stars. I didn't love it. It was very action-packed and very fast-paced and easy to read, but I didn't love the main character, and the ending just really didn't work for me. So yeah, not gonna keep that one around. Same with Tigana by Guy Gavriel Kay. I read this for my book club as part of my Patreon, and I really didn't like this book. I gave it 2 stars. I was not invested at all in the characters or the world building style or the writing style. I just didn't like any of it really. It didn't connect with me at all. So this is just not my kind of book. So I'll be passing that one along. Same thing with The Pariah by Anthony Ryan. This was a book club pick for my Patreon, so I did not enjoy this one. I think I gave it 3 stars because there were some things that I found that were good, but I just overall didn't love the plot of this story, or didn't love following the main character. The writing style just didn't work for me. It was very dense. I feel like if you like Robin Hobb and the Farseer trilogy, you'd probably really like this one, but not for me. So I'm also gonna be passing along the sequel because I won't be continuing on with that series, unfortunately. So those are the books that I'm taking in for store credit. So now let's go book shopping. Did come back from the local used bookstore that I took you through. I love that used bookstore. It is so adorable. So I am going to share with you all the things I grabbed from there. Okay, so let me start with some of these sequels that I got, because when I went there last time, they had so many great classic fantasy books, and I picked up the first book in the Belgariad series by David Eddings, and I also picked up the first book in the Obsidian trilogy by Mercedes Lackey and James Mallory. And when I posted that book haul, so many people in the comments said I would absolutely love those series and got me so excited to start them. So I went ahead, I usually don't do this, but I did it for these series. I went ahead and bought the rest of the books in those series because they were all there used in the same kind of matching editions. So I couldn't resist. So I got books 2 through 4 of the Belgariad. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So book 2 is Queen of Sorcery. I love these old school covers. They are so fun. So book 2, then book 3 is Magician's Gambit. Look at that cover. That guy is very, very suspect of this kid. He is like not having it. That is awesome. And then I got book 4, Castle of Wizardry. Look at that art. So that is one series, and then I got the rest of the Obsidian trilogy. So book 2 is To Light a Candle. Look at that. And dragons. I mean, those are some cool looking dragons. And we got dragon riders. I don't know who this girl is, but she has, it looks like horns. So I'm excited for that. And then book 3 is When Darkness Falls. Again, the classic covers, so amazing. So very excited for those. And then a couple of other books I saw. I read One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus earlier this year, and I really enjoyed it. So I was going to continue on One of Us is Next. And when I saw this perfect condition hardcover at the store, I grabbed it. I was so excited to see this. So I'm very excited because I really enjoyed the first book. Even though it's a YA mystery, I don't know what it was about the high school students. It like took me back to being in high school. I loved all the high school students, the friendships, all that stuff. I was just eating it up. I loved it. So I was very excited about this. And then I grabbed The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. This is one that I've heard so many things about over the years. I feel like it's one of those books that everyone reads in their lifetime. And my mother-in-law was with me when I went to the bookstore. She said it was one of her favorites. So I was like, all right, well, say no more, I'll grab it. So I'm very excited to finally read The Kite Runner. I feel like I'm the last person on the planet to read that book. And then I saw The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. This was the Book of the Month edition, and I snagged it because this is one that was on my priority TBR. I've heard unbelievably mixed opinions. Some people love this book, and some people hate it. It has a very low Goodreads rating. For as many people as I've seen really enjoy it, so I'm very curious. I've heard it's very unhinged and bonkers, and I'm all about that in a good mystery novel. So super excited about this one as well. So those were all the books that I hauled. Some good finds, some good finds. I really, really like that bookstore that I showed you. So that is where I'm going to end today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it helped get you into the fall spirit. I'm very excited to start making some fall content, some spooky content, get some thrillers read, hopefully coming up soon. So what are you all planning on doing this fall? Let me know in the comments down below. And thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!